Hello, I'm Audio. This is part 2 of whatever the fuck this mission is called. I don't remember its name. This is the easiest part of the mission. Again, I call it a mission and not a dungeon because you can't come back here. It's a one-time thing. This is the easiest part. It's the second part, and you just hold out, kill all the enemies. I don't know if the AI levels up, like your teammates. I don't know if they've leveled up. Let me check. These are pretty strong units in the first... Yeah, they did. Okay, good. So you should be perfectly good here. You should never struggle with this. It's very easy. And I have to unequip all these accessories that I gave people. She does not need a mole bracelet. I guess I'll give her a warrior proof. I don't know who has my knight proof. Actually, I'll give her that. Yeah, I'll give her to Tiramars, because that's arguably the best item in the game. The best accessory in the game. I'll just move her here. And I'm going to actually hide behind these guys. I didn't do that in my first playthrough. I went out and fought them, but considering how powerful the enemies are now, I'm going to hide, and I'm going to fight them. And I'm going to summon Black Chan. She's coming out here because she's the coolest unit. Love her. Favorite usually character. Oh, and I gave her the Swift Anklet, which is really good. It's a really good item. They don't have much to say about it. It's obvious what it does. It just gives you the swift ability. That's, you know, it's in there for best accessory as well, so that's whatever. The stipulation for, what, losing here is just losing home base, I think. And again, it's all about fighting these guys, right? You don't actually have to do too much. You just kill enemies. So... if you enjoy killing enemies, this is fun. If you don't do any of the New Game Plus stuff. I should tell you again. Yeah, that's really all. Also, having the mascot characters helps out so much. It helps out so much. Have the mascot characters with you when you do this. They're invaluable. They all have something really, you know, freakishly good about them. The first girl, just usually, I think the regular one, she's probably the most well-rounded, I guess. She has a good ranged attack. She has okay melee attack. She's flying, has good HP. They're all flying. They all have decent HP. But, you know, she's the most all-around. She can service the store better than the other ones, too. Which I guess it's worth noting. I don't... you know, whatever. Anyway. And then Black, usually, she's got probably the strongest AoE in the game, from my experience. I was just thinking about it for a second to see. I mean, all of the light veil people are strong AoE, but it's not as strong as hers. So anyway, she's best AoE as far as I know. Then there's, I forget their names now because I don't use the other two very much. The Succubus, usually girl, she's okay in melee, decent melee unit. Like I said, I don't use her that much because most of the enemies in these enemy heavy levels aren't affected by melee significantly, so I just don't do it. Like Will is lucky he can do the damage he does. In the next one, in the third part of this dungeon with the elves, he's inconsequential. He helps in no way against them. And they're very, very troublesome enemies. Again, I should state that they're so hard to fight. But we'll get there. Yes, Resurrect, my favorite skill in the game to fight against. It's just as bad as Intimidate, and enemies who have Prevail, that also sucks. I need to know these guys they're equal to all types of damage. Fantastic. Crescent Moon. Strength goes up and that's it, that's fine. I don't need her to hit stuff that often. I feel like her skills aren't in line either. Prevail, it's double action. What do I usually have instead? I think I have Sword Flash. That's why she's getting hit so much. I have Sword Flash instead of double action. That's what it is. I'll probably take away double action when she's against the elves because I don't expect it. I'm even doubting that I'll even be able to beat that part of the mission with what I currently have, unless I just use cheat codes. Cheat code strats, you know. But you'll see what I mean when I get there. It's a pain in the ass, that level. And I expect if I don't beat it, I'll at least be able to talk about it. It's just so hard. I shouldn't talk about it while I'm on this one, but there isn't much going on in this one. I'm just fighting the same enemies you saw me fight in the last one. I don't have much to say. This girl is really helping though. I would make her a primary unit actually. I would use her all the time. She's cool. I like her outfit. Got a little bit of underboob going on, you know. She has Swift. It's pretty rare to have high power ranged damage dealers too, so. Fantastic black usually. Yeah, that AoE used to do way more damage though, so maybe turning on hard mode was a problem. I mentioned it a little bit in the last part, but when a game is too hard, it really takes away from like the experience. And that's especially true in strategy games. I mean, it's different in like shooters and stuff or action games because your skills can get better, right? Like, if the enemy's just moving faster and doing new abilities, you can learn to compensate. If it's in a strategy game or an RPG, if you come unprepared with weak numbers, it's not going to get easier, and you're going to have to... Well, I tend to rely on luck factor a lot in those situations. Like in Sengoku Rants, things get bad, what do? Assassination spam. Because it works. Reload, and try to manipulate assassinate. What would I do in this game? I would probably try and manipulate Swift procs. I would try and manipulate evasion, which I do. I still do that. I utilize Ouya and Yuela way more than anyone else because their evasion is so cheat code in a lot of tough situations. If you're new to Kamidori and you haven't even beaten it the first time, you don't have to worry about that. It's just the new game plus stuff that really gets at you. Like, you know, the first time through the game is totally fair. You won't struggle at all. What the fuck, you can't really struggle, so. I mean, even the last bosses are all easy. But that aside, you know. New game plus hard mode is hard. Interesting, right? Oh, flash step goes down as being one of the coolest skills in the game. I like to imagine that, you know, somebody's moving so fast it just leaves like an outline of them. You know, they're making a flash step, a quick step. Am I cool yet? I just think it would be cool to be able to do that to people. I don't know. It's one of my favorite abilities in the game and it's just a dodge. What the fuck? Oh, that's another thing with the New Game Plus dungeons. All the unreleased dungeons. They have a huge habit of just hordes of undead enemies. They're very common. And they all have resurrects. I'm surprised the fucking rocks aren't like that too. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm really surprised they're not. Kill this. I mean, it's easier if you have holy units because they get the attack bonus. And this girl is holy. Holy units are pretty common, actually. At the end here. Oh, nope, not doing that. Dark, can't use it on them. I forgot that she's a dark type unit, or a demon type unit. I don't remember what it's called in this game. I think it's just dark. Anyway, she's really good against the birds. She must have high accuracy. She doesn't miss much. I don't have any accessories equipped to her either. I could give her the Hawk Ring. If you don't know, the Hawk Ring increases hit by 30. You should make a bunch of those. They're very useful. They're useful to give to lots of characters, actually. Will's doing okay. He's doing arguably better than Yella. You know what? I think I realized my problem with New Game Plus hard mode. It's you need to rely on blocks and damage mitigation and not evasion. I should give Yella a shield, but I'm not going to do that. Go ahead, get the card. Awesome. Decision making. Alright, go over here then. And I guess I can summon someone else. I should bring someone in who can heal, but I don't have anyone who can. Yeah, so well, this girl can heal maybe, I don't know. She's so awesome. I wish she was a main character in the game. I think she's from another usually game, right? That's how these things work. And she does excellent damage at range, finally. Yeah, she's a bonus character. Those two, I still don't know their names because I haven't used them at all. The archer girl I was talking about who's dark type and this new mage girl, they're both together, and I think they're from a previous usually game. So, I mean, I don't really know, but that's my assumption. I also think it's pretty common knowledge that the usually games all take place in the same universe, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen that before, and I've seen maps. I've seen maps of usually games, and they all look the same. So, it might be me being retarded. Possible. I wouldn't doubt my own retardation at any point in time, but... I mean, as you can see, we've been on this beach fighting the same enemies, and I think this is a good idea to record it. My retardation knows no bounds. And it will continue to impress others, I'm sure. In any case, I haven't done many of the New Game Plus dungeons. This is one of the ones that I did do, and it's not really a dungeon. Because they're so hard, I don't want to go to them. I'm scared to go to them. And it's another one of those things too, where if I do all of the content, then what? Then I beat the game. Oh no! Like, I've said in other recordings that I did, I have a tendency to leave stuff in a game forever and just never do it, because once I do it, it's done. I beat the game. It's all over. Like, I still haven't done the Demon King route in Sengoku Rants, because it's still there. I still have a reason to go back and play the game, no matter what, right? That's how I look at it. And this game is a little different, because there's so much that I have yet to do. I can still go do it whenever. It's cool. But, you know, I'm like that with a lot of games. It's just the way I am. Anyway, this part's kind of whatever. The next one's the hard one, the one that I have a lot to say. The reason that I did the recording in the first place, which is something that I should have said in the first place as well, but I guess I'll have to make it. I guess I'll have to force my way into a victory, won't I? Otherwise, what's the point? Oh, Pierce is really good too in New Game Plus. That's something I've noticed. It's a underrated skill, underrated ability, and your first intimidate from a mile away. Come the fuck on, you have a bow. But like your first playthrough, you might not really see Pierce as a skill that you really use. Like, I didn't. I mean, I already said I'm retarded, but I didn't really use Pierce that much. Who had it? Melodiana, I think, and that's it. But it's just so helpful against these kinds of enemies later on. They're really beefy and strong and have stupid high defense. It's really good skill. So, you know, obviously I'm recommending you get people with Pierce. People like Melodiana, if you can make her tanky, she's a really good unit. I have yet to do that because I'm bad, but, you know, I guess I just have to buckle up and, like, grind a bunch of levels on the people who are behind in Deadbeat. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that next. They're gonna explain what's going on here, probably. Yeah, that's fine. I'll reiterate, I guess, in the next part. Sounds better. Because this is going to be a pain in the ass. I want to see what level this fucking guy is, too. Let me see. 60? That's not bad. I think he was 60 before. Which health do these guys have? 254, that's high. Alright, well, let me see this guy too. 500. I haven't seen an enemy go past 500 health. I should state that. I've never seen it go higher than that. That might be the upper limit in the game. Well, anyway, I'll do this in the next part, so I'll see you then.